Ryan, thank you so much for joining me this evening at a very sunny Snetterton. How are you? How's the season gone so far? And especially, how have you adapted to the weather conditions here today?
Well, it's a bit different compared to what I've had for the last couple of years at Snetterton. Normally we've had one wet day, one dry day, and at the minute it looks beautiful for the weekend ahead. No, today's been, I wouldn't say it's been bad, I wouldn't say it's been good, it's been an okay day. Couple of things in the last session, we went faster, but just you couldn't get any more out of that. So a few things to change for tomorrow for qualifying in the race, and then yeah, game's on.
Are you feeling confident ahead of making those changes into qualifying tomorrow? How are you kind of feeling making those adjustments to the bike?
Yeah, feeling really good to be fair. One was out of us and the team's control, like the tyre warm was packed up, so we were running a lot of low PSI, so nothing out of anyone's reach to change. So new set of tyre warms for tomorrow, we should be alright. Some new tyres, a few gearing, suspension changes, and then yeah, I'm feeling happy for it.
No, nice. Wow. Speaking of the sunshine here today, you actually, just talking about your career as you were younger, you raced for a while in Spain. We were just talking about it off camera, that you went out there for a few years. So what made you decide to go out there and race rather than coming into something like Talent Cup straight away?
Well, at the time I'd just turned 12, so we bought a Ninja 300, took it over there, racing the Supersport 400 class in CEV, I think it is. And we struggled a lot that first year, you know, adapting to a few different tracks from what I did over there in the past in 2018 in the Hawkers. But yeah, the bike just wasn't powerful enough with a 300. So at the end of that season, we got the 400, and at the last round, we was fighting for the win. So we knew coming back to it again in 2022 that we had a good chance for a championship.
Well, you came over here to Talent Cup in 2023. Having that experience in Spain, do you think there were any benefits of that you had on your competitors? Because you did finish P8 in the championship in your rookie season. So what did you learn from Spain that you transferred over here?
A lot of things, to be fair. Before I went out there, I was quite, I wouldn't say relaxed when I'm racing, but I was just too nice to people. I'd let them have this move, let them have this move. But when you race over there, you're hitting handlebars, you barge people off the track, and you know, you don't get aggressive, but you learn to ride. You need to do your own race, and you learn that over there. And coming back here, switching from the 400 to the Moto 3, it was a big change for me. Like, especially in the chicanes, and that I'd be wheelie in the Moto 3 because of how light it is compared to the 400. The 400's just a bike you go and ride on the road to go get your shopping. It's a bit different. So jumping on the Moto 3, I did enjoy it. I think I qualified 5th or something, or 6th for the first time out at Silverstone in 23. And then we moved on to Donington, managed to get a lap record there within my first race, and then obviously it's been beaten since then, and the new records. But yeah, we adapted to it really quickly. Yeah, and then I've just enjoyed it ever since.
Do you ever consider a move back to Spain, or are you quite happy in Talent Cup for now?
I would like to move up the ranks, maybe to ETC or Junior GP. I probably wouldn't go back down the 400 route unless I had to. It depends where obviously money takes you in the end of the day. This sport's nothing without money and backing, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you also did well last year, getting that P3 in the championship, and you actually had the most race wins out of any rider last season. So coming into 2025, obviously racing with MLab's team, how have you kind of prepared for this year, and what was the approach into the season?
Coming into this year, I'm a lot mentally and physically stronger, 100%. Just a lot more cardio, a lot more training compared to the year before. The times are good, to be fair, dropping I think maybe between a second and 2 seconds straight away at Donington. MotoGP we didn't manage to beat the record, but here, you know, the times are just improving every time we go out. So I think hopefully we'll pick up a few wins through the season. We're only 12 points off P1 in the championship at the minute, so it's the closest I've been for the whole time I've been here, but obviously it's a long season ahead.
You know, it's a very long season ahead, and one thing that's maybe a bit different about your season with Talent Cup is that you support British Superbikes, us lot here, and also MotoGP. How are supporting the two different series different, I suppose?
I think BSB is a lot more laid back. MotoGP is such a full-on weekend with going to the stage, coming back, and then you have obviously you got to wait down there for 30 minutes before you come in. So MotoGP is a very full-on weekend compared to a BSB weekend. So, but it's good. Like, you get to enjoy the racing away from when you're on the bike. Like, you get to go watch the Superbikes or the Moto 3s or the Moto 2s and stuff like that. So you get to enjoy the weekend.
No, that's nice. It's a really different perspective, as I said, for you guys, and not one that anyone in, say, sport bike or super sport, whatever, would necessarily get. So that's really interesting to hear you speak about. So this year, so far, you've got a second place and 2 third places. Obviously, a really great outing at Silverstone too with MotoGP. Is there any specific targets you want to hit with this season? Is the championship something you are aiming for?
Yeah, 100%. I want to go for the championship this year. This is the where I want to be. I'm in a good position for it now. I think I just need to keep doing what I've been doing, get them finishes, get them points. I'd like to aim for a few wins along the way, but it's racing at the end of the day. You can't change what happens in the race, and you can only do what you're capable of at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens.
Knowing the bike and knowing the team, is there anywhere you're predicting going this season? Any specific circuits that you think you'll perform particularly well at?
I don't know, because I don't normally like this track, but we've dropped a lot of time and feel a lot better on the bike compared to what we have done in the previous years. I don't know really. Every track, you've got at least 4 or 5 riders fighting for the win, so anyway, you could be a second ahead and then the slipstream hits you and you've lost the win against the line, but probably Brands or Alton Park. They're my 2 favourite.
No, they're one of my 2 favourite tracks, so I can't wait to see how you get on, especially around Brands in particular. So then looking ahead past Talent Cup, you said you want to go to ETC or Junior GP. Beyond that then, is your future in bike racing? Do you want to do this full-time professionally?
Yeah, so I dropped out of school at a very young age to pursue this, so I've not got much choice but to do this for the rest of my life now. I've not got any GCSE, so this better work out, otherwise I'm gonna be in McDonald's on Sunday, so but yeah, we'll see.
Well, no, you're doing amazingly so far in the season. Obviously, P3 in the standings so far with a long season still ahead, but it's a great start. So then just stripping it back to, obviously, you said you were very young when you started racing. You went to Spain when you were 12. There are a lot of people in mini bikes, mini moto, that perhaps want to get into racing and maybe don't know the next steps for getting there. Because you started at such a young age, what advice that you've learned would you give them in preparation to ride through the ranks?
I think personally, getting out to Spain as quick as you can is such a good option. Once you get off of mini motos and you start getting over Harleys, then try and go abroad, because abroad is it's different to racing over here. It's a lot better. Obviously, compared to nowadays, the kids are a lot faster than what we used to be when we was younger, but I think Spain and Italy and that is the way forward now.
If they can't get out there and they have to stay here, what advice would you give them?
You can do it from here. Obviously, you have a lot of fast riders, so I'd probably say Avalis is a good way for it. And then from there, there's not much you can really do in between. Maybe the 300s in Bemsey and stuff like that. I think that's the in-between step between the Ovalis and where we are now. So probably that, just to get a feel of the tracks and everything for when you turn up here.
Nice. And just to conclude your interview, thank you so much for your time.
Probably just enjoy it, to be fair, because at the end of the day, a lot of kids want to be where we are now. So you just got to count yourself lucky for where you are and what you've achieved so far.
That's very nice. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for your time today. Good luck for the rest of the weekend and for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.